All right, welcome back. I'm Ramshackle. This is Inktober, whatever, and today we are doing prompt number 11. This is Wander. What I would like to do for this is maybe a simplified version of my little Fuzz wizard character. I don't think I've done him on the channel, but I've posted pictures of him on my Instagram, and he's in my coloring book, which is available on Amazon. Link in the description if you're interested. But yeah, so let's see here. Boom. Ba-doom. We got our glow. Oh, yeah, we're doing the glow sketch, and then we'll line over top of it. But yeah, Fuzz is a little wizard made out of a dust bunny or like a cat's hairball or something. And, oh, double tapped it. And, yeah, and he's kind of a little hobo that, goes around and fights cats, which are dragons. And it's silly, but it's fun. So we want to do a simplified version, so we're going to make him, just a little guy, right? And he is basically just a little bean shape. We'll give him a line down the center, and then he's got a wizard hat, something like that, for the brim. And I want to give him a little pack, so I'm going to make the wizard hat kind of flipping up on the back. So we'll draw something like that. Boop. Ba-doop. And then his little hat here. Can we see the sketch? Yes? Okay, good. Hopefully. This is a lot of fun sketching with this glow ink. It's you gotta be a little careful with it. I think it might be nice to try it in a finer nib. See if I can reduce the feathering, because when you go to draw over the glow ink, it feathers a little bit. But you can also just embrace imperfection, wabi sabi, do it to it. And then who cares? It's fine, right? Okay, so he's a little bean shape with a hat. And then we give him, his little arms sticking out like so. And not entirely sure where I want those to go, so I'm going to come back to him. Here's his little legs sticking out. Have those. Actually, I'm going to have this one coming over this way. Yeah. Both knees bent that way, so it gives him more of a 3/4. So that's what I had in mind. And we'll have his one foot kind of pointing down like that. And then this arm is going to be going forward. And we'll give him a little hand here. Have him holding a walking stick, because he's a wanderer. Oh yeah, that's why I don't know if I mentioned that, but that's why I wanted to do him for wanderers, because he's a little, little hobo wizard or whatever. And then yeah, we'll give him his backpack, and we'll have a couple little pouches and whatnot hanging off. Normally I'd go into a bunch of detail with like vials and stuff, here, but that's fine. We'll give him a little bedroll on top. Something like that. Okay, and then his face is literally just a mustache, so we will draw kind of a mustache shape in here. It goes under his arm, like so. And then, yeah, he's just a fuzzy little dude. fuzzy little fella. I'll have, and his beard kind of comes down in a tail and just points that way, or, you know, if I'm drawing him from the front, I'll put it, you know, to the side or whatever. And we'll just have his hand right there in the front. And then, yeah, we will give him a little horizon line kind of behind him. We got to keep this, you know, down to 15 minutes here, so we only have so much time. And then normally I go crazy with his shading, but I'm going to try and kind of go easy on it so that we don't take too much time. And then, yeah, let's give him, I'm going to turn it sideways so we can get these kind of level. Let's give him some clouds real quick. Cloudy guys. And something like that. I like to do these in odd numbers when I think about it. I don't know why. I just feel like the odd numbers look a little better for some reason. I don't know. Anyways, that is good for our little sketch. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm going to, this time, I'm not going to make you listen to the heat gun. We're going to pause the timer. It's not cheating. I'm not drawing. I'm just going to dry it out. And through the magic of video editing, we will be back in a moment. Okay. All right. And we're back. Let's restart the timer here. I've got my fine. Now I tried drying this out for about 30 minutes off camera, and it's still feathered a little bit, so I'm thinking that feathering is just kind of the nature of, you know, using this blacklight reactive ink as your sketch. And it's, you know, if you want to try it out, it's just something you're going to have to deal with, and it's fine. It doesn't really make that big of a difference. So let's give him, I want to make sure he's got nice and fuzzy edges here, so I'm going to draw, yeah, something like that for his little edge. Something like that. Bam. It would also help if I didn't have lint stuck to the tip of my pen, I guess. There we go. Slightly beneficial. And yeah, so we're going to go around. We're going to get his, all of his little features lined in here real quick. And then we'll see how much shading we can get to. He's literally just a little mustache and a beard, so he's kind of all shading, really. Let's see here. Something like that. Oh my goodness, that is feathering so much. I'll give him 3 little fingers. Lots of feathering. Oh boy. Probably doesn't even show up on camera. I notice a lot of the little imperfections I see that bother me don't even really show up on camera, so it's probably fine. And then, yeah, we'll give his the back edge of his hat. flipping up there. Something like that. Oh man, that feathering is rough. Alright. I wonder if a different ink would play better with it. Might be worth a shot. You know. Okay. Something like that. Looking pretty good. Yeah, I don't think it really matters all that much. This is just kind of a fun little thing. I think if you were trying to do you know, stuff where you didn't see the sketch, there's, you know, a lot of ways to do that with a light table or you know, just different ways to do it. So there's professional ways to do it. A little mustache is a little asymmetrical, which I'm not like 100% stoked about, but it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. I quit beating myself up over it. All right, so we're gonna go quick, give them some quick little shading on the backpack. Something like that. Looks pretty good. Give them some baubles, some trinkets, some whatnots, and what have yous. And there we go. And then we'll give him a little shading on his hat here. Oh, I can't forget this little guy down at the bottom there. Shading on his hat. And then we're not going to want to go too crazy. Normally I shade him in pretty dark, but because of the size and all that on here, we're not going to want to go too crazy with the shading. What you can do is on the top edge of stuff, you can give it like these little dashy dots, and it gives it a little texture. And it makes it, you know, not just look like a line floating in outer space, which is not a good look. We don't want that. Do something like that. And then we'll shade under the brim of his hat here. And then, yeah, when you're doing pen shading, you want to go from background to foreground. Because you can easily mess up the contrast if you don't do it that way. At least that's a way of doing it. I don't know if that's the way you always want to do it, because don't really have too much of a formal art education, but you know, we want his arms and legs to stand out from the beard, so we're going to shade those afterwards so that they don't get lost, is the idea. And, you know, same with the backpack and all that stuff, right? Fuzz the Wizard. His official name is Fuzz the Wizard of Fuzz. So, just so you know. We can, yeah, see, here we can just give it some little dots, a little wood grain maybe. How much time do we have left? Oh, we're actually doing okay. Not too bad. Not too bad for me. And then, yeah, see this like little feathering kind of closed those lines together a little bit, which I wasn't intending, But wabi-sabi, right? I guess it's kind of the nature of working with ink is you gotta be okay with some smudges and imperfections, right? Because it's a liquid, and no matter how fine a control you try to exert over it, it sometimes just does what it wants. And you know, wabi-sabi. I want to get that erase these with a laser. Get wabi-sabi on my knuckle tattoos. I think that'd be cool. This one just says blah blah. What's that mean? Doesn't mean nothing. I think I was trying to make fun of other people's tattoos, but you know, 20-year-old jokes just keep getting funnier, so I hear. But hey, you can do lasers now, right? I guess it works pretty good, especially on black stuff, so should be cool. Oh, man, that last minute flew by. Oh, and of course I'm smudging the crap out of it. Speaking of wabi-sabi. Alright, let's just knock out this background real quick, and then that will be a finished drawing. While I'm doing this, we can... Ooh, that feathering. Ooh, it's rowdy. It's rowdy. It was still... I let it dry for like, you know, I think 30 minutes, and it was still doing a little bit of feathering, so it might have been a little bit better if you let it dry a little bit longer. And who knows, maybe if you let it like dry overnight, but I don't have the luxury of being able to do that with these videos. So also at that point you might as well just, you know, bust out your pencil and erase it, or like I was saying, you could use a light table or all kinds of other solutions. This is just a little bit of fun. Just a little bit of fun. That's what we're here for, right? The fun. I had a couple people in the comments. Sorry, I don't remember your usernames, but they asked me some questions, and I figured I think I answered them in the comments, but I figured I could elaborate on some of it. One of them was somebody who was talking about learning how to draw at a later age, and you know, I think a big part, and like having fun with the, you know, the learning process and all that. And I think a big part of that is just, you know, learn to, like, there's nothing wrong with those like kids drawing stuff. You know what I mean? You like go back to basics, watch a kids show about drawing, you know, like, because that's when it's, you know, that's what's fun, is that it makes you kind of feel like a kid again, right? Like getting into that, you know, that mentality of having an imagination and, you know, being full of wonder and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, sometimes as an adult that can be hard to get back to, right? Like you got bills and crap, and also I think as adults we get a kind of an attitude, right? Like childish stuff seems stupid to us, and it's like, you know, you got to kind of let that go and just just kind of, you know, because that's how you get your imagination, is by being goofy and not worrying about if it's wrong or right, or, you know, how does that make sense? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, that I feel like is good advice for learning how to draw later in life. Just go back and, you know, you can use the same stuff, the kids drawing stuff. I do want to do some like drawing tutorial stuff that's maybe a little more adult oriented eventually, but it's probably going to be a while before I get around to making those videos. I'm still like, I know I've been doing it for a little while now, but I'm still getting used to you know, making videos and all that. So once I get that figured out. And then the other one was, oh yeah, somebody mentioned camera, like, you know, getting camera equipment so they could record a video. And my advice for that would be to, oh, here it is without the black light. Like, it turned out good. But yeah, my advice for that would be to, you know, unless you've just got a bunch of money burning a hole in your pocket, just stick with the phone, because my camera gear is actually pretty old stuff, and I can only shoot 1080p, and it works for me because I have this like makeshift like tripod with computer monitor arms that I had laying around, like it, but all this stuff is just junk I had laying around pretty much, and the I wouldn't recommend spending a lot of money on it, and unless you have, you know, just money burning holes in your pocket, then go for it, you know. But I could probably honestly shoot a better video with my cell phone. But this works because I can attach capture cards and use the PC to stream it to OBS and yada yada. Anyways, so you know, ultimately it's up to you if you want to invest in camera equipment, but yeah, it's not really necessary, I would say. So save your money unless you, and like I said, unless you just got fat stacks, then go for it, go nuts, right? Have fun. But don't put yourself out over it, because it's not worth it until you can afford like really nice camera equipment is basically what I'm saying. You want a 4K camera where so you can like zoom in, or 8K even, you know, and not just make it nice. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna write the prompt in the corner here, and we will call that a wrap. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, leave me a comment. Thank you to my patrons. You guys really are helping me out. If you guys are if anyone else is interested, there's a link in the description for Patreon. It's a good way to support the channel. Also, another good way to support the channel is just to buy a coloring book. Another great way to support the channel is just to watch a video, like, subscribe, all that stuff, share it with your friends, blah blah blah. So, Wander, there's our Wanderer. Thanks for watching again. I think I just said it like 5 times in a row, but anyways, I'll see you tomorrow. All right, bye.